Hello, and welcome to the session, Human Rights-Based Approaches. My name is Bree Denning, and I'll be moderating this session. I am joining you today from Chief Dragi's territory, traditional home of the Yellowknives Dene. Our first presentation will be Kikinawa Oma, towards a rights-based approach for supporting unsheltered Winnipeggers. Chrislemons works with End Homelessness Winnipeg and is co-chair of the Kikinawa Oma strategy. She has a background in media production and community outreach and has worked as a freelance journalist, speaker, facilitator, and trainer. Before joining End Homelessness Winnipeg, Chris served in strategic communications roles for the mental health and Indigenous self-governance sectors. A citizen of the Métis Nation, she is reconnecting to the Red River Métis community after living many years in other regions. Adrian Dudak is Director of Housing for the Main Street Project. Her portfolio includes Winnipeg's Low Barrier Shelter, Mainstay Transitional Housing, and the Bell Permanent Supportive Housing Programs, the Van and Peer Community Outreach, and Food and Nutrition Services for Main Street Project. As an ally and advocate for marginalized individuals, she is committed to outcomes-based approaches that center the individual in self-determined decisions. Adrian approaches her work and this commitment with humility and in hopes of contributing to an agenda of truth and reconciliation. Jacob Kaufman is a peer advocate with the Main Street Project and sits on the steering committee for the Canadian Lived Experience Leadership Network. Jacob shares his personal lived experience and expertise to connect with the community. Jacob has taken on a leadership role of a community educator, working with stakeholders to provide information and approaches in support of people living unsheltered. Jacob is passionate about training and sharing the importance of person-driven initiatives and always for foremost treating people like people. Our second presentation this morning will be I Support My Neighbors in Tents, a human rights-based strategy to encampments and unsheltered homelessness. Olivia Mancini brings her passion, dedication, and expertise across various organizations in Hamilton, providing housing, addiction, and harm reduction supports to people of all ages. When she's not on the front line, Olivia volunteers her time as a research assistant with Keeping Six Hamilton and Hamilton Social Medicine Response Team on projects related to improving availability of affordable supportive housing and accessibility of emergency shelters. Olivia is a strong advocate for harm reduction, affordable housing, the right to housing, and trauma-informed care. Olivia is also a Master of Social Work candidate studying at McMaster University. Timothy Shea is an associate professor in the Department of Medicine at McMaster University and a member of the Inpatient Addiction Service at Hamilton Health Sciences and St. Joseph's Hospital in Hamilton. Tim is a founding member of the Hamilton Social Medicine Response Team and a member of Keeping Six Hamilton. And Marcy McIlveen is a peer and frontline worker with lived experience of addiction, hospitalization, incarceration, and homelessness. She is the outreach coordinator for Hamilton Social Medicine Response Team and Keeping Six Hamilton. As you watch the presentations, please put any questions you have in the Q&A as the chat will not be monitored. I will be back at the end of both presentations to facilitate the Q&A session. Enjoy.